Alrighty, we are back from our break, and I need to. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh my god. Hey everyone, Skype is being a poop lord right now. I'm sorry. But we're back.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to give me a
New
second.
new character class, Poop Lord.
Poop lord. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Cool, fantastic. Now we're back. Yeah, so we're back from break, and we were just setting up a camp, I guess, near a river in the bottom of the valley.
Yep. And who has a tent?
I believe I have a tent. I could be wrong
Okay.
though.
So Old John has passed out. You pitch a tent.
Yeah, I have a
put
bell
fire.
tent. If that means
Fire.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I can.
have some.
I also have flint and stuff, but if not, I can also use my fire proficiency.
Yeah, he's got fire building, but it is it's rather windy, so you're gonna have to. You can make the check if you want to, but you can make it. It just takes quite a bit of time because it's windy.
All right, I'll make a check. We'll
Wait.
see how fucking good this fire is because I want them skills, son. I want them skills. All right. 14. No.
That's right. You're able to build a fire anyway. It takes you a bit of time, but
Sure.
Small fire, large fire.
We'll keep it relatively small. If anything, just more like a little bit of cooking, little bit of boiling water maybe, to sanitize whatever bandages or something like that is going on things,
Yep.
Basically it's more utility more than comfort, I guess would be
Sure.
the correct answer. Yeah.
So what do? You kind of you maybe take those ropes from the stretcher, rip them apart, kind of douse
Yeah.
them with boiling water, make bandages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a small iron pot and kind of like my stuff, so I can set that up over the fire and put the bandages in the water and boil them there, so they all.
I would like to
Kind of
wash my legs.
in the stream. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, is my bait and tackle all right? Like, what's going on there?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start
What?
while he's washing his legs. I guess. Is there any fish in the river? I guess.
You mean euphemistic block and tackle, or
Yeah, I mean my twig and
Yeah.
berries. You know, is everything
Fine.
functional down there?
yeah,
All
as
right.
far as you know, yeah.
Oh, that. Well, he reminded me at least. Is there any fish in the damn river? Is there any fish in the river right here?
Yes, there are. There's also you see a turtle also on the other side of the stream.
Nah. I'll just. I have a feeling that's gonna go horribly wrong. I just have a bad feeling about that. So I'd rather just try and fish using the
Bait
Using fishing-
and line and all that.
fishing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you try to you fish and what else? Do you discuss anything? You don't catch anything immediately, but so you kind of sit there with the line in the water. Do you
Yeah.
discuss anything while he's fishing? You've got your bandages on. You've washed your legs, all that kind of stuff.
All right. So maybe as I'm washing my legs or whatever, I can tell Alistair, and I guess I wouldn't be addressing Engolard. Is that how you say it?
Ingolard.
Ingolard.
Yeah, yes.
Engelard.
I would just sort of be discussing what I found and why I spoke to the wyvern the way I did.
Well,
So
go ahead.
yeah, so basically, I give you the sheet, Luke, and I'm going to read it out to you because it's going to take too long to type. It says, so basically imagine a piece of paper that's sort of burnt, sort of like that.
Yeah.
So I can only read like half of what is on there. So it says, Olaf, the next line is, I only hope that this is M. Next line, is too late, take Julia. Next line, and seal yourself in the. Next line. Rituals. Preserve Alexis. Next line. It's what he always were. Next line. Coming to Wyvern Falls. Beh. Next line. Not kill Blackheart he plans. Next line. A dread wraith. Who will? Next line. The veil with an undead. Next line. Enemies. Nigel's trans. Next line. Be completed unless. Next line. Mad Lord Garg. Next line. Of the I don't know if that's a C or a H, but
The G-H-I-L.
oh, okay. Gilvery. Next line. Nigel's body if. Next line. I only hope. Next line. Goodbye, brother. And that's it. And then I explained to him, out of all the books that I've read as a child, you know, many of them featured people turning into dragons, and I only assumed that might have been the case with this, and then I sort of laugh and like, thinking about it now, it was a pretty stupid decision, but it made sense in the heat of the moment, I guess.
Well, anything's better than nothing. There's a lot of yeah. Let's take a look. A lot of people are mentioned here. I don't recognize any of the names. The fact that it's ripped and burnt is we just need more information.
Not only does it look burned on the edge right here, but it looks like it was wet at one point as well.
Wet at one point as well.
Yeah, like there's a little bit of bleed to the ink, and as well as like it's brittle, like it was like you get a paper wet and dry it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it is posted in the chat, by the way, Luke. If you wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, good thing I saw it. Imagine at the mention of a couple of names, specifically Blackheart and Lexus.
I didn't actually read it out. I just handed him the piece of paper.
Oh yeah, never mind. Sorry for that matter.
I'll come up and turn around and go, hey, you make any sense of this as well? I'll pass it to Engelard.
Alright, and then since I'm not buying anything, I'm gonna take it. I'm going to I guess stand over it. But when I see the mention of Alexis and Blackheart, I'm going to kind of just like blink and almost do a small double take, I guess, and then for passing back, I'm going to mention how do I say this? I don't recognize every name on here, but I do know two of them. Alexis and Blackheart.
I stopped watching my junk and I listen in.
He's inspecting.
Yeah.
All right. Long ago they were used to they were contesting over Weavenfalls in order to gain control over the islands here. Blackheart was basically kind of an undead mage, kind of had his own army of undead, and had the advantage over Alexis, who I guess his full title is Alexis the Minotaur mage, mage, and so basically they were fighting for quite a while. Eventually, Alexis sealed himself within this mountain with all of his riches and wealth and such.
I want to interrupt him when he said Alexis, and I'm just like, so when I was with old John, there was a plaque in the room there, and I spied it for real quickly, and it said 496 Alexis the Minotaur mage. Does that mean anything to you at all?
Would the 496 mean anything to me? I think
496. That's that was on the cave entrance as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just can't. I don't. Not 496 might not mean much to me, but the fact that Minotaur Mage is on there, something tells me it could be one of the entrances to where he sealed himself off. I'm not sure though. But anyways, eventually Blackheart though was lobotomized, not killed by what's his name? What's his name again?
The paladin Hieronymus Rex.
Yeah, by Hieronymus Rex, and placed into an asylum close by called the Rock, and.
While this is happening, I'm going to I've had the balm. I would have been working with the balm, like just finding some basic stuff. I'll start applying it to various places like Wallace's legs. I'll give him the stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll just mention that at this point what I know of stops, but from I know neither of them were confirmed to ever die. So, for all we know, Blackheart.
What's
the time frame for this kind of history? Are we talking about 10 years, 100?
Or not very long ago. It was just the last age.
Last era, probably.
Last era.
Over 400 years ago.
So
it might have been.
So the two battle. There was inside the cave. There was like two sets of what I can only assume are armies now, because Blackheart and the Minotaur Mage, they had their own symbols on each one. And my brother and I, we actually just real quickly. We investigated a tower earlier, and it was filled to the brim with books and symbolism of both the Minotaur Mage and they also had like confrontations of a fight with and the symbol, like, so the Black Heart, was that in the previous one? You're gonna have to remind me. I can't remember.
There were no Blackheart robes in
Okay.
the tower. There were the red robes, though.
Yeah, so okay, so we investigated a tower that had the robes of the Minotaur, and what I can only assume is some sort of battle happened there, but I didn't find anyone else aside from like commoners, I guess. But here they had robes with the black with a heart symbol on it as well. Do any of those seem familiar to you at all?
I can only imagine they'd be black hearts. But this is all I know, honestly.
Well, you know a great
History
deal
is not-
more than I do, so.
Yeah, history is not my forte generally, but I do know of I basically told you all that I know about this, but this all happened a few hundred years ago. But as far as I know, nobody ever really found Alexis's kind of
Tomb.
yeah, tomb. Never, or what we presume to be his tomb. At the very least, that's where he sealed himself off. So, who knows? We might have just found it right now. But something seems uneasy about
And as
this.
far as you know, Blackheart as well was never officially dead, like he said. Yeah, he was captured and slain by the paladin Hieronymus Rex, whom this age is named after. HRR, Hieronymus Rex's reign, and he basically brought a period of religious reform, and that's where it came about that wizards aren't allowed to own land or own titles or anything like that anymore because of things like this, battles that happen all over the globe between different mages trying to vie for power, super powerful mages raising lands, destroying crops, killing people with a whim, raising undead armies like that, dragons, all that kind of thing. And so this period of religious reform, well, basically what happened is that Blackheart was imprisoned in an asylum, and he was basically essentially lobotomized.
And I mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I also mentioned to them that the legend didn't end with either of them dead, as far as we know. Or maybe not legend,
Didn't
just
Alexis get slain by Paladin?
No, he was sealed.
Sealed. I had it right the first time. Okay. All right. I just kind of sit
at least
back as Alistair's like give me the old rubby. He's a massage therapist, man. That's what he does. Yeah. And I was like,
as I'm doing this, I'll turn around and I'll say, "Oh, that's some good information we have, but it doesn't answer why exactly you are coming. So the college didn't send you. Did Thistleborough send you?"
Let's probably start from the top. So, you remember my son Edward, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
how old is
Engelard, 24, I think.
Yeah, 24.
Okay.
He's dead.
Really? I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?
He trampled to death. There was a carriage. I think it was a corpse carriage or something. I don't know. I don't remember it right now, but he was trampled to death while I was at the college. Cecil. How do you pronounce that name? Cecil?
Cecil,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, Cecil was supposed to be watching him, but she was distracted at the time, and he wandered out, I guess, and just ran over.
My friend, that's terrible.
How old was the ankle biter?
He was Edward was 3.
3 years of
Al-
memories, huh?
Alistair, you know that Anglard is from Bazemore, where the college is and where you studied. He
Yeah,
lives.
he's local there.
Yeah.
I found out about it later that day, but I guess I had to a little rashly next. I went out and found out what I can and tracked down the man who ran him over, and it was an old man, half blind, older, maybe 70s. Really,
What in the world was he doing driving a cart if he's half blind?
He didn't even remember running anybody over. I didn't kill him. I guess I did a little more than roughing him up, but I kind of tried to make sure he wouldn't be able to drive for a while again.
I look down at my legs and I'm like, yeah.
And I guess I just kind of left him there, still alive. I thought he'd be fine after a while, but just went home, and then I guess a little while later I found out he eventually died of starvation. And there's another little tidbit I didn't know at the time. The old man was the father of the Earl of Riverside.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And you know that Riverside, Bazemore has kind of two parts. There's kind of a district that's outside of the walls, that's near the river, and they basically have kind of a nominal leadership in the Earl of Riverside. He calls himself that, and he kind of has his own guards and thugs and stuff, and he's basically kind of one of the power centers of that city.
All right.
So,
He wouldn't have liked a lad like you from outside of his fief doing that.
So, from what I know, I caught wind of the Earl trying to look into his father's death. So, me, the wife, and Cecil, I got us all together, and we all basically just skipped town and headed to Big Cove. They're still there. We have enough money to survive for a while at least. They're safe as far as I know.
Who did you leave them with, if you don't mind me asking?
I managed to find us some lodging. So.
Whereabouts?
The college wouldn't help?
I couldn't tell. I mean.
I guess it's not something the would understand, would it?
No.
Those fools.
I left them. I managed to find some cheap lodging at least. It's nothing that we're used. It's nothing that we'd be used to, but they'll survive for now at least.
I have family in Bit Cove. Maybe I can get someone to look out for them.
We would greatly appreciate that right now.
Alistair, you would know, and you would know that Engelard's wife she is a cleric of Raydale, god of lightning. So she's probably more than capable of protecting hers and her own.
Except the kid's dead, so, you know.
Yeah. Walzer, they'd certainly have the capability to look after, but not 24/7.
Well, I've worked on enough for the guards there, so it should be fairly safe. You just throw my name
Any help
around.
would be appreciated.
Yeah, but my skills aren't the I guess best for finding a normal job. Never did learn as well as my father did at barber. So
I don't know. Some of the things we could whip up at the college, you learn well enough when we want to make some kind of contraption.
Well,
I figured a man in a book would not go into cutting simple hair. That seems a little far-fetched to me.
I mean, it was a family thing. I guess I should say. But
It
I
still
figured.
doesn't.
Yeah, it still doesn't answer why you're here.
Yeah, I was getting to that. I figured that I remembered what I did. Nobody had found it Latz's treasure map yet, so I figured if nothing else, it'd be a good idea to try and go here, especially since I knew you headed out here a while back. So I figured I might as well find a familiar face somewhere, team up with somebody to try and get something done.
Well, considering the assignment that we got from Thistleburrows, I think he'd be more than happy to add you into the compensation that we'll be getting. Not to mention the things that we could find here. I mean, already this scrap of parchment speaks of very powerful things and items of magic. You know, they're not exactly things that we can really bring down. I assume items of magic aren't exactly all that legal, considering the reform.
Yeah.
But at least finding them and at the nevertheless confiscating them, at least we'll be able to maybe hold on to a few.
My dear brother should be able to help with selling such things if he ever wakes up.
Well, we'll hope that at the very least, hopefully he'll wake up, and if that wyvern does come there. Well, in any case, I had some terrible circumstances to have to bring you to us, but more than happy to have you here.
By the way, I'm Wolves.
Yeah. Oh, yes, and the man here who seems to have a penchant for excessively washing certain items of his person is Walzer.
Hey, when an explosion goes up that close to the old family jewels, you gotta take care of them. That's what my dad used to say. Exactly that.
Well, you've used up all of the bomb.
Yeah, you've long since run out of bomb.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there the entire conversation, just like rubbing me down, like. And I'm sitting there just weathering it, thinking that it's like medical stuff, but like Alistair's like kind of getting into it. He's like, ooh. For a guy who's had his thigh muscles burnt, they're actually pretty well formed, you know?
Why am I flashing back to that Kung Pao movie? It's like, it hurts. It's like, no, just keep going. It's good for the both of us.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so I finished my extremely long and drawn out, application of a balm, and I'm gonna stand up and go. All right, I'm gonna check up on old John. You know.
Oh, he
you
died
guys
during
come
the
back in.
conversation. No. Damn it. No, what time is it, by the way, Graham?
Approaching sundown.
Okay, so I look over at Ingela and I'm like, do you want to see if you can maybe get us some fresh meat or something? Rations are well and good, but I could use a leg of fowl or something like that.
I'm not the best hunter, but
Hey, I like sort of nod towards his crossbow and I'm like, well, if you can shoot something,
I can try. So, do you want to take up the fishing then?
I can hold a pole. That's not a problem.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna hand him the fishing pole.
Right as you do, when you pull it out of the water, you do a fish comes out with it. You were so engrossed in your traumatic backstory that you didn't even notice.
See, I've already caught one. Isn't that great? Yep.
Oh, I'll go and see if I can hunt anything down myself. And I grab my crossbow and I guess I just kind of head out towards
hunting wyverns.
Yeah.
He brings back like a big wyvern and is like, I hope you guys are hungry. And it's like, God damn it, man.
I'm just gonna head out to where I think I would most likely find something to hunt, I guess.
Yeah. So this okay, that's fine. You head out. This fish that he's drawn out of the water. It's only about that big.
So it's like a tummy then, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Maybe a pound.
A pound of fish.
A snack.
Yeah. So if you guys wanted to try and skin that, there, do your best and.
Oh, it's not like it's hard. I can tell you right now how to do it, but.
Well, would Walzer be able to? I'm not sure.
That's true. Well, if anything, like I would assume you just stick it on a stick and you put it over a hot fire or something like that until it cooks.
You could do that too. I mean, none of you actually have the fishing proficiency, but so you were able to get that one fish. And neither does Engelard have the hunting proficiency, and so he's not particularly quiet. And Engelard, unfortunately, come up with squat.
I expected as much.
What's the squat taste like?
Gamey.
Oh, okay. But it fills our bellies, right? Cool.
No, not at all.
All right. So yeah, I've gone over to old John. I'm checking up on him. How's he doing? Is he
Still
stone
out.
cold?
Still out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you applied some kind of
I've
cooling
had
balm, yeah?
yeah, I've had the I don't know, the spare bandages after I'd boiled them, and some of the ones from Walzer that had been in the stream. I'm just gonna put them over his head, and then still more of the balm. The balm I used up all on Walzer, so maybe I'll like take a look around and see if I can find any herbs that might be useful to combating a fever. I'll just take a quick herbalism check or something around, or
herbalism check.
All right, my herbalism's in +2, so that's just a
16. Yeah.
Someone's having a
So it's just,
contest.
Yeah, I think that's already starting.
So what do I roll? Just a 1d20 or something?
Yep, and then you got to beat.
Always.
You got to go under 16 for your skills.
Okay, and so I got +2 to it. Okay, all right.
No.
Well, you wouldn't add 2. You would just roll the dice and the target.
Oh,
number.
okay.
I have 16 on my paper, so
Yeah.
I know that's the target number. So that's
All right, well,
good. Yeah. So yeah, you're able to find the herbs you were looking for and able to.
These are the herbs you are looking for.
Yeah.
If you weren't going to make that joke,
All right.
I was. So good job.
all right.
Anyway,
So maybe,
you make the herbs. You kind of apply maybe a rub to his forehead and kind of put a fever down. But
And-
he's not waking up. He's not lucid or anything.
All right.
He's alive. So what
But
happens
he's
next?
stable.
He appears stable. Yeah.
That's all that's needed.
Engelard comes back with nothing.
I
found
look visibly disappointed, like to the point where I was expecting like a good meal. I'm like,
after he's since eaten the fish already.
yeah, I'm basically like, I'm sitting there and I hear walking behind me. I turn around, I'm like, and then he comes in, he's got nothing. I'm like, oh.
You don't even need your empathy to understand the disappointment flying off him.
I tried.
Yeah. I guess we'll put because I'm the only one with a tent, right? I have a bell tent, so
Right.
that's only a one-person tent, I assume.
Right.
So we'd put Old Man John in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also got my tarp as well.
Well, if anything, like we could put. I don't know if we can string that up to like keep rain off of us. I'm not sure if it's going to rain. Is there like some sort of weather check, or can we just look at the sky and see if it's going to rain? tonight?
That would be weather sense. It doesn't look like rain today. It's relatively clear today.
Okay, well maybe we don't need to put the tarp up. Maybe it's just undue effort for the most part. But we'll definitely put John
Fair
inside
enough.
the tent.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Let him sort of
But
not be cold for the fever or whatever. Yeah.
It's kind of sunny right now, but it's always kind of perpetually cloudy in the Vale.
Yeah.
Mm. There's a lot of moisture around there. It's good for the farmlands.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess so we're sitting around there. Some people's stomachs are rumbling. They were hoping to get some fish, but
But we still have rations and stuff, so it's not like we're going to get
Yeah.
hungry.
Yeah,
so.
so you maybe use up some of your rations. So it's 1 pound per person, or rather half a pound per person.
So is that like 1 day's rations or something?
So 1 day's ration is the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. I imagine I'm not too hungry. Not too hungry. I'm not as hungry as they are, at least.
Well, maybe you have some rations. Yeah, just
Yeah, I have plenty
So
of
I-
rations.
cut out as many of your rations